And we got to make sure that November doesn't feel like October. Just want to win. That's it.
They're going to give it to him. Touchdown. Rare explosive. The Jets jump on top. Wait a second. Who said he was out of bounds?
What a throw from Joe Flacco.
For Mims, and it's intercepted. J.C. Jackson. Here's Newton. Touchdown. Tying the game to give the Patriots a come-from-behind win. Folk on the way with zeros on the clock, and that's how the Jets fall to 0-9.
What's been the difference over the last couple of weeks versus maybe the few weeks that preceded these games?
I'm getting tired of sucking. Simple.
Good morning. Welcome into First Take, fellas. So I'm working on being able to do one pull-up. I could probably get that done with the assistance of Stephen A. and Max holding my feet. Max, Stephen A., Marcus Spears, I'm Molly Karam Rose. Fellas, we're going to dive right into Monday Night Football. The Patriots... Yeah?
Hold on, Molly.
Yes, sir.
Max, good morning. Good morning. And Molly, looking lovely as always.
Good morning.
Pastor Spears, my brother, could you fix your top collar just a little bit, please? Could you just fix your collar? You know, just pep it up. There you go. Okay, now we ready. Let's
All right, man, get the hell on. Molly, go.
Pop the collar. That's what you should do when he tells you that. All right, let's get it. We got bigger issues to deal with. Not the fact that I can't do a pull-up. Shout out to the Marines. About Cam, you heard him. They just, stink, okay? Barely beating the Jets. Stephen A., do you think Cam at this point should regret even signing with the Patriots?
I think so, but it's not because of Bill Belichick, and it's not because of the Patriots' tradition or succeeding Tom Brady. It's because of the Patriots being bereft of the talent necessary in order for him to be what's so effective. He missed some throws last night, even though he had a really good game. He missed about 3 throws that would have made his game exceptional. There's no denying that. But the flip side to it is that, you know, just the limited weapons that he has available to him. When you're coming off an injury, when you've got people questioning whether or not you'll ever be what you once were, and you're succeeding Tom Brady, and then on top of it all, you choose a roster to go to that really is challenged when it comes to its receiving core, I think that puts him at a decided disadvantage. Now, obviously, he's got to play better, and he did last night compared to what he looked like the 3 previous weeks, and there's no denying that. And we also recognize the fact that there were people out there questioning what Cam Newton brought to the table, and we know that the Carolina Panthers absolutely screwed him over in terms of the timing with which they let him go. They let him go late, so there was but so many options that he had available. But I would have liked to have seen Cam Newton with some actual weapons to pass to, even though not Jacoby and Myers, the law firm, actually some dude named Jacoby Myers showed up last night and played effectively from that wide out spot. But still, that when I say regret, it's only because of the fact that there's so many weapons that he doesn't have available to him at his disposal in the passing game. Running game's different, but the passing game, I would like to have seen Cam Newton have more weapons available to him. And last night obviously wasn't an indication of that, because he was going up against a horrible, pathetic, embarrassing New York Jets that, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't even belong in the National Football League right now. But that's just me.
He could use Jacoby and Myers, Stephen A., because that would mean 2 guys instead of 1. He doesn't have anybody. Like, everyone talked about Tom Brady last year not having weapons, right? But now take away whatever he had and the defense. No Hightower, no Chung, no Gilmore. Like, N'Keal Harry's banged up. What about Edelman? Like, they got nothing. Nothing. They have nothing. And yet, this is why Cam Newton should not regret signing with the Patriots. Do you understand? Largely because of Cam's play. Even when he's messed up, they are now 2 plays away from being 5-3 with wins against, they already actually have wins against the Dolphins and Raiders, but you could have added Seattle and Buffalo. The Dolphins, Raiders, Bills, and Seahawks, 2 plays away. Goal line stand, Bobby Wagner made a play on Cam, and Cam got stripped against the Bills. Those 2 plays away from a 5-3 season with nothing. Nothing. He has nothing. No offense, no defense. He does have Bill Belichick as a head coach, though. And look at the way Cam Newton has been accountable the entire season, he's been accountable. All those years where Cam, you could see him at the podium running stuff through his mind when he was asked questions, and you could see, okay, how am I going to give him an answer that's PC enough to hear? And he looked so uncomfortable in his own skin that when I watched him, I felt uncomfortable in mine. He came across as fake far too often. And it gave me a sense, no, he's not actually being accountable. Even after the Super Bowl, when he didn't show up for the interviews, I was like, all right, look, okay, big deal, right? But he did it after not jumping on that ball. And that shows a little, hold on, is he really getting it? Every step of the way this year so far, it sounds to me like he's got it. Like he's actually drank the Kool-Aid finally, that like the real football nerd quarterbacks always have. And I think that's incredibly important for his development. And in terms of just judging the results, okay, now because of the results, we're going to point fingers and say, see, Cam, it was a bad idea. No, because I think he's getting better for the experience in important ways. And again, I want to reinforce this point. 2 plays away from a 5-3 record with 4 quality wins out of those 5. 2 plays. That's a sneaky 3-5 they are right now, and he's doing it with absolutely nothing. No, Cam should not regret signing with the Patriots.
Excuse me, fellas. I'd like to get in here quickly. Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead, Marcus.
No, Molly, you got it. You got it. Go.
Okay. We have some breaking news here into First Take this morning. Ben Roethlisberger and 3 other Steelers have been placed on the reserve COVID-19 list. The 8-0 Steelers will face the Cincinnati Bengals this Sunday. The following week, they have the Jags. I just wanted to get your reaction, fellas, to this news. Stephen A., I'll begin with you. This is your team.
Very predictable. Once you've got somebody that's tested positive, anybody that's been around them has to, basically be placed on the reserve COVID-19 list. We understand that. There's no big deal as far as I'm concerned. We just have to hope and pray that nobody else tests positive. But it's the right precautionaries in taking those steps. It's really just that simple.
Yeah, agreed. And I would also just say, Steelers weren't going to go undefeated this year. If anyone's thinking, what are the lingering effects? They could lose some games. They weren't going to go undefeated, in my opinion, anyway. And so it's not like this is going to ruin an otherwise perfect season. It doesn't feel that way to me. They're winning very close games, sometimes not against great teams. But, of course, I'd echo everything Stephen A. said about this is protocol. It's good that they're following it. And, of course, you hope everyone is healthy, and if not, that they have a speedy recovery.
Yeah, just for everybody out there, the clarity of it, both of you guys kind of in the same vein, but one of these tests are contact tracing tests, which is what Stephen A. said around a guy that tested positive. So it could be a 5-day. We just had this situation with Matthew Stafford last week where he ended up playing on Sunday. So just keep in mind, this does not mean the guys that were placed on that list has COVID or has tested positive. That means they've been around.